What? I just unmuted my microphone and Windows is complaining about that for whatever reason here. Yeah, most definitely not actually live here. I should really set a hotkey to come over to this is what I should probably do. Hi, Riley. Wow. We're resuming where we left off with Fire Emblem the Binding Blade. So, last weekend, kind of started going ham on this game. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I streamed this 3 days in a row. And just went super ham on it and did a whole lot of cheesing of the game. And then I was like, alright, here's a situation where I can cheese it, but it's probably going to take me a little while. And then I streamed some other things. I did another session of Ghost of Tsushima to start its DLC. Played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And Final Fantasy VII ended up starting that, so that's another new playthrough going on around here. Starting a couple new things. Hi, Riley. Hi. Starting a couple new things back-to-back around here, and getting stuff on the game schedule again. Because, I mean, it's gonna be just these couple things here for a little while. Like, let's see here, if I go ahead and turn on display cap. I yearn to press your PC's power button. No. No. Bad Mythic. Not happening. Wow, that printer really comes aglow over here when I have those lights on. I'm not used to streaming with all the lights on, and I probably shouldn't have started streaming with all the lights on. I can't really turn the lights off now because it's weird with its signals and that it's not going to let the signal go all the way across the lights if it's in the middle of dealing with printing instructions. It's not the smartest machine. I can only turn off those lights if it's not printing or actively doing something else. Anybody watching this on YouTube after the fact will have seen, like, a minute of something else, and now here I am a week later. Just inexplicably. The things happened. Hope things are going well today, though, Mythic and Azzy. Does anyone know a 0-day remote code execution exploit so I can run a code on Harmonia's computer that does nothing except turn it off when I tell it to? And now, for something completely different. That's a movie that Guzman and I watched when he was here. So what ended up happening during the last stream is, I feel terrible and gonna make it everyone's problem. Not gonna make it worse than things are already here with the friggin' state of my computer and stuff like that. Hope things are not terrible, but just okay terrible to our master today. I've been having problems with my computer freezing for a little while now. Here, let's go grab the whatever the heck this thingamabob here is. I've been having issues with my computer freezing from time to time since HoloLand. So, for whatever reason, are you gonna help Lady Lilina? Here's stuff that can heal injuries from a distance. If Lady Lilina's hurt, please heal her. Because I forgot to get that village last time. So, oops, let's not miss it. Let's go ahead and send this to Merlinus. Ooh, yeah, that was probably not the most fun thing there. I want to poke you with somebody. And that somebody I figured was gonna be Dorothy, I think? Yeah, I think that someone was going to be Dorothy here. So, at HoloLand, for the very first time, I run into issues of, like, my computer just completely freezing. To the point that I can't do any inputs at all until I hard reset my computer. And it happened over and over and over again, and I had no idea what was going on. I thought it was a capture card thing, so I thought, like, maybe I can only play PC games for the rest of the LAN event, and I try to do like some 3000 IQ play where I did like the whole PlayStation to PC streaming thing through the LAN network of like the LAN venue, where I even plugged an Ethernet cable into my PS5 so I'd be able to get like a pretty good connection. And it seemed like it was working, and then when I started up stream, it just immediately died again. So it clearly wasn't that. I thought maybe it was something with OBS. I tried deleting a bunch of my scenes and sources that I hadn't used in a long time, and maybe that helped, but it still wasn't working great here. Should I turn up the game a little bit? Is it too loud, too quiet? Let's go to, like, here or something. And just throughout the entire event, it basically just kept on freezing from time to time, and it was driving me up the wall. And then I was like, alright, well, this sucks. I had not tried updating the drivers since then. But after that event, I figured I'll get home, I'll troubleshoot it, I'll try running some things with OBS, see if things break. I never ran into that issue again. It never froze in the same way again. It was just that one-off at HoloLand. Please good level up, please good level up. And I was very confused, and it didn't happen again until Janland. So right back at the same community hall venue, when I was doing some multiplayer games with Guzma, it happened a couple times. I guess so, or something like that. It happened 2 or 3 times there. I thought maybe it was still like a thing with OBS or something, so I deleted like a shit ton more of stuff that I hadn't used in a while on OBS, and that seemed to help things along, and we didn't have those freezes for the rest of the LAN event, and I was like, okay, I have no idea what the heck is going on here, but hey, at least it's sorted out now, and I hadn't run into those issues since then, until the last Binding Blade stream last week on, what day did I stream the thing? Let's see here, the last stream was on the 20th of February. It is currently the 28th of February, so 8 days ago was the last time I attempted to stream this game. I streamed for about 5 minutes, including the starting screen of this right here. And I was talking about the mess of stuff going on with Twitch right now, with the fact that they just put on, like, a cap with the, if I turn on display capture here, where it's like, yeah, we're restricting how much you can store on our platform, and we're gonna start deleting stuff past that point. You have until, like, April to get rid of all that other stuff. So I turned on display capture to display that, and then my PC froze. I guess it really didn't want me to show what was going on with Twitch. So my PC froze. I was like, oh god, not this again. And I rebooted my computer, I held the power button, I restarted it, and when I think, if memory serves, now this was 8 days ago, if memory serves here, I did get in once, and I booted up mGBA, I booted up my, mGBA, booted up OBS, I was ready to, like, start streaming again here, and then my PC froze again, and I hard rebooted it again, and once again it was the curse of HalloLAN, and then, when I got my computer back on, and I logged in, I, you know, entered my normal passcode, hit enter, it was gonna pull up my profile and stuff here. And then it was like, Windows ran into an issue trying to retrieve your profile. So, it had, like, all my software and stuff installed, but it was, like, a fresh Windows profile. Like, so none of my settings and stuff that were connected to my profile were saved. So I'd open up OBS and I'd be like, hi, welcome to OBS. Here's the things that you need to know to get you started. And I was like, what is going on? And with, like, the blurb that came up, it said, if you try restarting your PC or logging out and logging back in again, I believe it said, it should fix it and we'll be able to pull up your profile data correctly. So I logged out, I logged back in, that didn't fix it. I restarted the computer, that didn't fix it, it was still just like a fresh new user instance. So then I went into like system restore, where it had like previous states of the system saved in terms of like what programs are installed and uninstalled and different stuff like that. So I didn't have like full backups of my computer or anything like that. Maybe I should start making them. And so I just restored to February 14th, so about like 1 week prior. And I thought, like, hey, I probably won't lose too much stuff. Like, I'll lose, like, some of the settings that I've been tinkering around with OBS, because I'd been, like, cleaning it up a bit since Janland, trying to get rid of stuff that I wasn't using, thinking it was an OBS issue. And I restored it to that. It came up, it loaded my profile just fine. I was like, huh, great, it worked! And I booted up OBS, I booted up mGBA, and then I got the freeze again, and so I did another hard reboot. And this time it came up with Windows has ran into an issue and like can't boot up properly and yada yada. I posted a bunch of it last week in the broadcast channel. Like, let's see here. If I go ahead and turn on display capture. Let's see. Oh, there was that. So yeah, I was streaming. This was last week's stream. Yeah, Windows just decide everything is gone. I couldn't boot it up anymore. Like, that was the system restore. And then this would just happen anytime I boot it up. Your device ran into a problem, needs a restart, we'll restart for you. And it would just tell me, like, hey, we couldn't quite boot up. Would you like to reset your PC, or would you like to do these troubleshooting steps? And I tried about, like, every troubleshooting step I could. The one that I thought seemed the most promising to work was just doing, like, another system restore. That's one of the things it gave me access to from the settings. But it told me that my C drive was, like, not editable for that kind of purpose. Like, I needed to toggle on, like, a certain setting or something like that to make it be system restorable. Even though I had just done that, like, 20 minutes prior. So, I don't know, like, what the heck one got switched to a 0 or vice versa that made that not be the case. So I did a decent bit of research, and I used CMD and also just, like, the registry editor to try and say, hey, allow me to system restore here. Here's a file that has, I think it was a 0 attributed to it that should allow me to do a system restore. It didn't let me. It showed, like, previous instances I could restore to. It wouldn't let me. It said I wasn't allowed. So that didn't work. And I tried about everything that I could think of and everything that the interrupts was telling me, and it just was not working for the life of me. So I was like, oh god, I guess I am just gonna have to like reinstall Windows. But maybe I can reinstall Windows with like the option of like save my files. So I tried clicking the re-download Windows, reinstall Windows, but keep all my files buttons from the cloud, like download Windows from the cloud. Couldn't connect to the internet and access the cloud. And I was like, okay, well, do it like from Windows that's installed on this PC. Couldn't do it, ran into an issue. Retry. So I couldn't even do that either. It seemed like the only thing I could do was reinstall Windows completely, like to the point that it would wipe my C drive anew here. So I made a USB stick that would boot into Linux, put it into my PC, I'd boot into Linux, and it booted just fine, which tells me it was a Windows issue. Like, it booted completely fine. And I made a backup of my C drive on one of my hard drive because, like, my computer is filled with, like, a lot of drives. So, like, I was able to take, like, everything on my C drive and just shove it on, like, one of my hard disk drives here. Like, that wasn't too big of a deal. And I just let it sit overnight, just transferring, like, a metric shit ton of stuff, like 850-ish gigabytes worth of stuff. And then the following day, I kept on trying some more troubleshooting things that wasn't working. I made a Windows bootable USB, and I tried from the USB to, like, reinstall Windows while keeping my files. It didn't let me. The moment I started the process, it was like, hey, if you're trying to, like, reinstall with Windows but keep your files, then just boot into Windows normally, forehead, and then run, like, this thing from the USB. Don't do it, like, through booting. Like, just go into Windows normally, and then reinstall it through the USB. Duh. Yeah, like, thanks. That doesn't solve the issue of the fact that I literally can't boot that I'm trying to get to try and solve here. So I made my backup. I completely reinstalled Windows. The past week here, I've been dealing with just reinstalling all my programs and software, and I'm still not there yet. And what Mythic first said about pressing my PC's power button, I wanted to use a better Twitch emote, and I forgot I don't have better Twitch anymore. That's a thing that I haven't reinstalled yet. So I've been reinstalling a whole bunch of stuff. I still have, like, my save and everything here. Like, I didn't lose any of this stuff. I didn't lose any of my Steam saves, because that's all on, like, the cloud. I presume. I haven't actually booted this up since the Great Reset. So I presume it's all okay, probably. So I didn't lose any of this stuff. I even had, like, my save state saved. And even things like my OBS settings and stuff like that. Like, I still have all my scenes and stuff, because I was able to pull it from, like, my old Windows backup. Just reinstall OBS, and then just navigate into the OBS folder on, like, my old Windows backup and put it into the OBS folder of my current thingamabob. And then it's, like, great, all my stuff transferred over. So I have been able to recover a lot of stuff, but it's been a massive pain in the ass. And it's also been a pain in the ass dealing with this whole situation, because I kind of like archiving my full streams in collections here. You used to be able to have, like, up to 100 collections and have up to 200 videos per collection. I got my Assassin's Creed collection up to 124, and then when I did Assassin's Creed Valhalla Stream 5, it was like, nope, we're making the new limit 100, and I was like, oh, that's weird, I guess I'll make Assassin's Creed Part 1 and Part 2. And then it was a few days later that it was like, yeah, there's gonna be a limit here. So I do like having, like, the full streams, just to have access to them, just to have, like, the full original unedited content. Plus, there's some stuff that's exclusive to Twitch, like these Minecraft streams that I did that you don't have on YouTube. Like, it's the very edited down stuff that's on YouTube. Like, this stuff just isn't on YouTube. Or, like, the Live Alive series. Whoops, I wrote live, what? Oh, it'd be the HT2D thingamabob here. Yeah, this. Where the last handful of Live Alive streams, I made Twitch exclusive because Square Enix was copyright striking people on YouTube that were uploading it. Not copyright claiming, but, like, copyright striking, and that 3 strikes and your channel's terminated. So I didn't want to risk it, and I just kept these exclusive to Twitch, and I linked them on YouTube. I can't do that anymore. It's been a couple of years since this happened, and it seems like it's fair game to go onto YouTube now. So for the past while now, I've been rendering the individual parts of my Pokemon Conquest series, because it's not like I can just use the Twitch highlighter tool until I delete a bunch of stuff here. I had to download these and and individually render, like, each part, cutting it up there. I haven't touched this yet. I'll touch this and combine it with the part that's currently happening sometime later here. And I've been going back and, like, making parts out of Live Alive stuff from over 2 years ago that I never made parts out of because Square Enix madness. And been exporting just, like, a shit ton of stuff. And there's only so much that you can do each day, because it turns out YouTube has like a daily upload limit of 100 videos that I would very rarely run into, usually just when I'm doing events like Fragapalooza, where Fragapalooza 2024, there was 120 videos, so I couldn't export it all in one day. I had to wait until the next day. I've been slowly chipping away at this. Like, this is the page, no, it's not the page I'm on right now. I need to, like, go a little bit further. And this is a little bit deceptive in terms of, like, the amount of hours that I have that need to be exported, because I would have, like, actual parts here still, just as, like, a place to have them as a backup, in addition to, like, the full streams. So, I am currently at, what am I currently at here? I'm tracking what I do on a daily basis here. I'm currently at 4121 to 4140 in terms of, like, my page here. So I'm at almost the halfway mark in terms of pages, but over the halfway mark when you consider the fact that back when, yeah, I know I'm over the storage limit, that back when I wasn't saving the parts, I was just keeping, like, the streams and stuff for a decent while. So I'd say I'm over halfway over the past week here, just chipping away at it for, like, several hours each day. I've been recording, like, because you can only upload, like, up to 100 videos every 24 hours, I just wait until, like, I'm roughly at about this time, start exporting like crazy, and then record, like, the new time that I'm at by the end, or something like that, so I can keep that in mind for the next day, and I'm just, yeah. And some ones don't export properly, and, yeah, all sorts of stuff there, and there's only so many custom thumbnails I can do each day as well, and I'm marking, like, where I'm at so I can resume the next day, and it's been a mess. So I've been dealing with reinstalling everything on my computer again, all my programs and software. Luckily, like, my files and stuff weren't compromised, while also dealing with, like, this madness of trying to sort out 10,000 hours worth of content before it gets sent to the Shadow Realm. So it's been a little bit of craziness, because I recently reinstalled mGBA. I used to play this windowed at, like, at a certain size that I liked, but I don't know what that size is anymore, because Windows got reset here, so I'm just playing it in full screen for now, and if it's too hard on my eyes, then maybe I'll figure out a windowed thing. But the moment I go to windowed, and, like, actually make it smaller like this, you know, it's gonna be doing stuff like that. So, that's just the way that the, display capture here is gonna work. So, yeah, there's that. Now you're all caught up to speed with, like, what happened since the last time. In terms of the grind since, like, the last stream of stream 3, not like the last 5-minute stream, I trapped the archer in here. I said I was gonna grind on my own time and, like, grind a bunch of people to max level here. Alan was already max level. I think I was Lance at max level before. Where the heck did I just put him? I don't remember if he was, but I got him to max level. If not, because it's been a hot second. Man, it's so weird seeing, like, a full-screened Game Boy Advance game. It feels wrong to me. I did that. Who else did I max in there? Marcus was already maxed. Zealot I was gonna bring in next, but the Bowman's durability broke before. Oh yeah, Rutger was the main guy here. So this is Rutger's final stats, and I compared that to average stats at max level on Serenus Forest. And it seems like his strength is, like, a decent smidge lower than it's supposed to be, like, at max level. Like, I think the average was, like, 21 or 22, something like that at max level. The average for skill and speed is usually maxed out. But his defense and his res is, like, super buffed up. So, I've just got, like, a really tanky Rutger, and I think he's, like, my new highest defense. 10 defense, whereas, Alan, 8. Like, 18 defense on Rutger here, so he's now gonna be, like, my wall, I guess. And we have, like, a maxed out promoted unit that I actually plan on using throughout the game. All the way in Chapter 7 here. So, yeah, doing a little bit of cheesing. And then I was like, well, who the heck else do I want to put in there? Probably someone else that I can actually use the experience on. So I took away Lose Tomes. And, here, click on OBS so that you can see some inputs and stuff. Here, give me my stuff back. Yoink, yoink. Oh, I guess I may as well go ahead and take the, take one of those, take one of these. There we go. Just because he'd be able to counterattack if I left a tome on him. And I got him up to level 15. So, I got him a decent ways. I couldn't quite get him maxed out. But yeah, I got a decent few levels on. Oh, I think I put Claren in there because her speed was high. Yeah, I put Claren in there. So I was able to max out her level without, like, spending any more stabs because she was the one that was here. And I got a bunch of level ups on Saul. Was the case here. She got a couple points in magic. I feel like it's still lacking a little bit here. I do also have, like, a support conversation at the ready here from being in the positions where I was. So may as well see it. Brother Saul, I can't believe you. What is it, Dorothy? Can't I have a single moment of peace and quiet? Oh no, you're not brushing me away this time. I heard what you've been up to. You've been flirting with every girl in this army. There's a misunderstanding. I was just trying to spread the love of the gods. No, I'm not accepting that again. What do you mean? I've heard that excuse before. Think of something better. Very well. Wait a moment while I think of a new one. What's the point of that? Dorothy, why are you so upset? This is nothing new. That's exactly the problem. People will misjudge the church if they see you. I am insulted. I do my job properly, Dorothy. Or haven't you noticed the sharp increase in our female followers? Don't you understand? If you're just flirting with everyone... Understand what? Enough of this. I'll chew you out tonight when we go back to the chapel. I am feeling way too warm now. Holy crap. Their support level increased. And I think that I've gotten all the support points that I can during this map. So, yeah, did a whole bunch of stuff here on this map. I was gonna send Merlinus to see if he wanted to do, like, any more shopping. People were gonna, like, surround him and decide if they needed anything. Like, let's see here. I don't know, I could give you, like, an axe or something like that. Merch. Here, you give your stuff so that other people can use them, please. Sure, take an axe, take a sword. Sure, I don't know. There we go. I don't think that there's anything I'm gonna need to take here. Yeah, I think you're pretty good on the inventory front. We can start moving towards the boss. If memory serves, there'll be reinforcements that come here once we start passing, like, this mark over here. Let's see here. You are probably pretty good. I guess I can take out, like, one more staff here. So let's see. What are your thoughts on the Legends ZA trailer? I did a whole video on that the other day. So I did a stream and uploaded it of the Nintendo Direct, like, reactions and, like, discussion and stuff like that. So there's, like, a full proper video on it. The short version is, I think, like, it does graphically look like a huge improvement compared to Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus. It still isn't quite... No mention of PMD2 remakes, so I guess Michael Blaze doesn't owe me 10 subs after all. I do think that it looks a whole lot better compared to those games, but I still don't think that it's quite good enough for the highest grossing media IP yet. Like, the fact that every single window is just repeating, there isn't a difference between any of them, like no blinds that are partially closed or anything like that. It's just the exact same windows, like, over and over and over again, filling every single building. Like, even Detective Pikachu Returns didn't have that issue, as I found out when I was looking at the Detective Pikachu Returns trailer, just to remind myself about that. So that didn't have those issues, but this game has that. There's still a problem with shadows that Game Freak has been, like, struggling with for the past several years here. And I'm just worried that a lot of the city is gonna feel samey. But compared to Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, it is a big improvement. And I gotta, you know, recognize where recognition is deserved and stuff like that. So I am glad that, like, the graphics are a big improvement and no longer, like, painfully ugly to look at. Still room for improvement, but no longer, like, painfully bad. So I am glad about that. The world doesn't seem that interesting to me right now. I can't say, like, I know that there's, like, the different biomes in this city where it's like, this area is a bit more green, this area has more water features, and this area is regular city. I'm worried that it might get boring fast, and my biggest concern right now is that it's gonna feel like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and that it's just kind of like a world of missions and not anything that kind of helps you move forward. Like, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, you were moving forward as you were, you know, putting together, like, the story there, and whatever the story was again, of, like, the early stages, I guess, just filling the Pokedex and stuff like that. But there was still, like, stuff to even look forward to unlocking gameplay-wise with, like, the new areas, when you had, like, very, very different biomes that had very different feels. But I'm worried that Legends ZA is just gonna feel like city, and, like, all feel really samey because of that. Like, I hope to be proven wrong. I hope that it does end up feeling, like, very varied as I go and play through it, but I am worried that it's not gonna be super interesting right now, so I haven't really seen anything that sold me on it Yeah, but Pokemon X and Y wasn't Lumio City and that's it. Pokemon X and Y was a region, the Kalos region. Legends of ZA is Lumiose alone. This is not remotely a fair comparison. That makes me much greater appreciate, like, having a full region that I'm exploring with lots of different things to actually discover around in the world. So, we're gonna have to wait until the game comes out to, like, truly find out, like, how much of an issue it is. And maybe it won't be an issue, like, maybe it will keep on feeling, like, vibrant and cool and stuff, but it just doesn't really give me that impression right now. I don't know what the story is gonna be like. Yeah, some things seem promising. I do think that's really cool how it is, like, a new style of gameplay. Like, I thought that it was gonna be, like, mainline is one style, Legends is one style, but we're doing a different style than even Legends Arceus, and I like that to help keep the gameplay fresh. We will see how it compares to other real-time games, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 I discussed in that video, or even just Xenoblade Chronicles 3 I forgot to, like, mention is another one where you use, like, the face buttons to select, like, your different moves and stuff like that. Like, is it going to have enough unique to it that it warrants playing over those other games? Like, what's unique about it? I guess just, like, the team building with different Pokemon. I guess there's, like, team building with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 sort of as well. Do I want to try the arena here briefly just for fun? Maybe. Let's see here. Wrong thing, Rabob. So, boop, sure. Just before, I'll probably just try a couple times here. I'm not gonna, like, arena abuse. Hold on. Just before I make a catastrophic mistake and don't want to lose, like, an ungodly amount of hours of grinding. Warrior Iron Axe, we are so good. We are so good here. Just watch. We're gonna be A-okay. Look at that miss. But yeah, I feel like I gotta wait for, like, the game to actually come out. Like, there's really not a whole lot known about it yet, and it feels like judgment is gonna be, like, way too early to say here. But those are my concerns right now. I will play it when it comes out and see what I think about it and stuff. But I am definitely a smidge concerned at the moment, no doubt. Let's see here. But yeah. Yeah, new Megas will be nice. I hope that there's some new Megas as well. Can't wait for Mega Charizard Z. Let's see. Let's keep on schmoving. Imagine you send, like, a healer into the into the arena if there was some way that you could do that. I do genuinely hope that it is, like, a good game. Because I like Pokemon as much as the next guy. I want to play some good Pokemon games. So I do hope that I'll be like, hey, these concerns I had looks like they were actually unfounded after all. But I think the only, like, really big selling point of it for me right now are a different style of combat being real-time. I guess just Legends Arceus kind of gameplay style of, like, you can interact with Pokemon in the world, as in, like, throwing Pokeballs directly at them and you have multiple ways of capturing. I think... And what if they reveal new Megas? That'll become a selling point. Like, they haven't done that yet, so it's 2 selling points for me right now. And I don't think that those 2 selling points are enough. Like, I'm not intrigued enough by the world yet. I would have liked if you could explore, like, at least just outside of Lumio City and, like, some areas around it. The fact that it's just one city is probably my biggest concern with the game right now, is the whole one city thing. But hey, maybe Lumio City will end up being, like, super amazing and stuff. I still have more accuracy than you, even with a weapon triangle advantage. So, like, I'm probably pretty good here. But yeah, I do hope for it to be a good game. I'm still pretty pissed off at the Pokemon Company for, like, suing Pal World and stuff, suing Pocket Pair. Still not super impressed about that. I would very much like Legends ZA to be good. I am going to be very intrigued about whether it's a Switch 1 or a Switch 2 title. Or both, or, like, what the heck they end up doing here. I am going to be very intrigued about that. Yeah, maybe I can actually just get some gold this way right now. Like, if it seems like battles are, like, a 50-50 and I need to get gold by, like, arena abusing with save states, then I wouldn't do that. But if I'm just strong enough that I can kind of go at this, then hey, great. Wait, there's another... Oh, that's just the support between those guys that I don't want to get. Also, I think Lance's stats ended up being a little bit better than Alan's in terms of being balanced out. Alan's got wicked strength, but, like, no defenses. You've got 1 point better defense, and you have 3 points in res somehow. 12 skill, 15 speed, 15 skill, 18 speed. So yeah, you're better in, like, the skill and speed department and a little bit better defensively, and Alan's just like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do a bunch of damage and stuff. You don't need, you could use a sword and stuff, is what you could do with here. Whoops, dang it, I want to, whatever. I feel like they thought the performance issues were due to the largest maps in Arceus, and the single area thing is their solution? Maybe. You could argue that something like Scarlet and Violet was just, like, a single area that was super large. I imagine Lumio City is probably going to be smaller than the region of Paldea. So, yeah, probably dealing with something a lot smaller, most likely, here. Let's see here. I'm out of regular swords, so I might actually want to buy some more of those. Okay, how does he deal with mages? Is the question. Can he deal with them okay? Well, he's getting crits up the yin-yang here. So, I mean... maybe I do end up doing some arena abusing. The way that I classify kind of arena abusing here is, like, it's not okay if I'm using save states to just, like, win everything. But... if I can just, like, legitimately do it and get more gold that way, I consider that fine. Like, of course I save stated, like, before I went in there before, just because I didn't want to accidentally lose a whole bunch of progress. I just wanted to see if it was feasible to, like, do this at all. Warrior, I'm so good. Also, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom both have giant overall, and they run fine on a Switch. Yeah, it is absolutely an optimization thing that I feel like Game Freak very much still hasn't figured out here. What I would like to see from Pokemon is, like... contract other developers. Wow, that actually landed. Let's actually contract some other developers here and see what kinds of Pokemon games we can make. Because, yeah, this could really work out here. Yeah, I mean, that is true, but, like, not Ilka. And apparently Pokemon Champions is being developed by, like, a team that, was created as, like, a mix of... it was founded by, like, the Pokemon Company and Ilka as, like, a joint venture or something like that, I think I was reading up. So, I mean... well, that to look forward to with Pokemon Champions, but it should just be, like, a battle game. And, like, the battles in Pokemon BDSP were just fine. And, in fact, I think, like, the environments in the back, like, the battle backgrounds, are probably, like, the prettiest that they've ever been in the Pokemon series, was in BDSP. I genuinely think that those are my favorite Pokemon battle backgrounds so far. Those were really good. But, yeah, I don't really have much other praise to give for BDSP. Also, in case anyone's wondering why I'm 3D printing, just little seed starter pots. Since next month here, next month is technically 1 day away, so right coming up here, I have a, gardening-based event that I'm taking a bunch of 3D print stuff to, and I've been fighting with... that's another thing I've been fighting with. It's not just my computer and not just my Twitch VODs, but I've been fighting with my 3D printer as well, trying to fix a wobble that I've had in it. That's making me really struggle to print bigger things. Especially towards, like, the outsides, like the corners where I've got, like, some higher and lower points. So when I'm printing stuff, I'm still printing, like, multiple if they're smaller things, but I'm printing them towards, like, the middle of the center of the bed, because... uh-oh. Oh! I should have just pressed B there, is what I should have realistically done. I was thinking about it, but I was feeling lucky. I was feeling really lucky, punk. My god. But I have gotten a whole bunch of funds there. Don't mind other devs, if and if only they don't pull a BDSP. Yeah. I'm sure, like, the BDSP situation was most likely very much the Pokemon Company's fault. But, magic went up. Cool. But the fact that they hired someone that had never actually made, like, a full video game of their own before, while also getting them to make a game that nobody wanted, it was just kind of a recipe for disaster, apart from the fact that it sold like hotcakes. A heel broke. Watch, maybe I end up maxing out Saul as well, after all. I was just figuring, like, hey, my grind is over. Maybe I just go ahead and beat the boss now at the beginning of the stream. And things like doing stuff in the arena, I wouldn't want that to be off camera anyway, because then people are going to think that I use, like, save states to, like, get unfair advantages and stuff. And I don't want that. Let's see here. Oh, I'm not going to be doing that much damage. I'm doing more damage than I thought I would, actually. Rooker's totally got this. I mean, situations like that Valkyrie, I could just, you know, leave battle. I just lose some funds, but I'm winning so many of these and getting so many funds that it's okay. Is pretty A-okay. I didn't even get hit that time. Yeah, Rooker is just cleaning up here. Is the case. Really, really mopping up. I'm gonna keep on doing it then, actually. Yeah, we're pretty good here. We're getting a little bit of a sneak preview about just how... Wow, that's like slowed down in this compared to FE7. The pre-promoted of this, so like the animation just takes longer for, and we're getting up his weapon level. Like they summon like a black orb here, and then it takes like an extra moment before it goes down in the ground compared to FE7. This, it felt like the same general animation happened for like the druid that I'm used to, but it just moved in like slow motion compared to FE7. So I guess the, I might end up backing out here, we'll see. So I guess the general, like, Dark Mage line, they just sped up the animations for in general. In the following game, which I'm very grateful for, because holy crap did their attacks take forever in this game. As long as the Gen 5 remakes are good, don't really care how that much who makes it, yeah. Give it to a studio that can do it right and with a right direction. Not the cursed direction that they gave the thingamabob. Wow, I'm gonna be here arena abusing a little bit then, aren't I? This is what it's come down to. Wow. This is life now. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I do want Legends ZA to be good. I'm really intrigued about, like, what the starting lineup of the Switch 2 is gonna be looking like. I'm gonna be very curious to see that. So it's gonna be Mario Kart 9. Legends ZA coming out in general. It might be a Switch 1 title. It's just also playable on Switch 2 because back compatibility and all that is what it might be. And what else are we gonna be getting? Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is coming out pretty soon. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe we'll finally get an explanation to that story. The fact that they made that available on the Switch, which I guess makes sense that it didn't have to be Switch 2 when it was available on the Wii U in the first place. But still, like, it's such a massive game that I have a hard time imagining running well on the friggin' gaming tablet. But if, like, the underpowered gaming tablet. But if anyone can do it, it's Monolith Soft. And shrinking, like, the file size compared to the Wii U version. Imagine if Monolith Soft made a Pokemon game one day. Or just helped with, like, aspects of it. Like, Monolith Soft was involved with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, for example. Just get, like, Monolith Soft involved with, like, one of the Pokemon games. That's what I would love to see. They know how to optimize. Like, they are friggin' wizards when it comes to optimization. Like, I have no idea how the heck they pull the absolute insane ninjutsu that they do. Do I have any more staves in the convoy here, out of curiosity? Let's see here. If I go ahead and take... I have one more. If it comes down to that, let's just be at the ready here and stuff. Because, yeah, I can do this without even needing save states. And if things look a little bit sketchy, I can just, like, back out. So I'm actually gonna stock up here. Yeah, compared to what I'm used to seeing that as, that attack feels like it's going in slow motion. Is very much what it feels like. But yeah, I do want to be hopeful when it comes to Legends ZA. I think the choice of starters is ridiculous. Like, what the heck even? Look, I'm getting a bunch of monies. This is actually great. So, I mean, Sage, there's a chance I end up backing out here. But probably not. Just need a couple hits and I'm probably doubling you. Wow. But yeah. Find it odd they would do both Chicoria and Totodile at the same time. Yeah, I thought after Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus, however you want to pronounce it here. I thought for sure that they would do, like, one starter of 3 different generations. Yeah, it's really weird to see the trio without Cyndaquil, and just the fact that you're getting 2 from the same generation, as opposed to, like, 3 different ones. Give a little bit of love to, like, 3 different generations is what I would have really liked to see. And are Tepig, Chikorita, and Totodile really anyone's, like, big favorites? I know there's some. I saw somebody of the Tipping fan club in the comments on my my video on the topic, and I was like, hey, I respect it. I might not be part of it, but hey, I respect it. The Tipping fan club here. I love Totodile, to be honest. I'll pick Totodile just so I can be like Florida man in Paris. As your first star in Heart Gold Soul Silver, nice. Mine was Chikorita. I think nowadays I would probably choose like Cyndaquil among the group, and I'm sure that that's, if I had to guess from what I've seen online, probably the most popular of the Johto starters. But yeah, I would typically go Chikorita for a long time. Oh, Swordmaster off. No, I'm backing out here. I'm not risking it for the biscuit to get randomly critted. Nuh-uh, no thank you. I'm good, I think. Because I'm going to get randomly critted. I'm not feeling lucky this time. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Totodile makes Heart Gold Soul Silver piss easy. Does it now? Skill and a res wind up. Meh. Meh. Let's see here. Druid, I can probably deal with that. Just need to not get unlucky here is all. Yeah, I would always go with Chikorita. He's stepping in a Black 2 ROM hack, so he has a special place here. Fair enough. Stabby stab. Tepig is my personal least favorite of the Gen 5 stars. Like, I can see myself choosing Snivy some playthroughs, myself choosing Oshawott some playthroughs. Never really Tepig, though. Has a lot of cover like Crunch, Ice Fang, and Water moves. Interesting. Tepig was your Gen 5 starter? Wow, I am just, I'm gonna make so many people mad this stream, aren't I? I'm just, gonna be barking up the wrong tree here with, like, the slander on these starter Pokemon, aren't I? Ow. So dang mean. Get some more crits, Rutger. Crit animations in this game are so good. Oh yeah, think about other upcoming games. Dark Deity 2 was announced to come out March 24th, I believe. Let me check my schedule thing that I wrote down here. For upcoming games. Yeah, March 24th is Dark Deity 2. So this playthrough is probably still going to be ongoing when Dark Deity 2 comes out. Just thinking about other Fire Emblem-like games with clean pixel graphics and stuff. So we might have a couple SRPG games going on around here at the same time. I should reach out to Chip and ask if I get a review copy. I got one for Dark Deity 1, so we'll see if I get one for Dark Deity 2. I got my one for Dark Deity 1, like, really late, though. By the way, I don't know if you keep up with the EA news recently, but, they recently made some of their older Command & Conquer games open source out of nowhere, all with a GPL-v3 license. Really? That's interesting. Extreme rare W by EA. Yeah, I would not have expected that. That's interesting. But hey. Cool stuff there. Ow. The lance to the face. Very, very much ow. But yeah, when it came to Dark Deity, I get a decent few emails somewhat regularly, especially around like big gaming events happening, like E3 back when that was a thing. Where I would get emails from various indie developers being like, "Hey, do you want to like cover our game on your channel? We'll give you a free copy." Where essentially it's just like they would provide a copy of the game and you can play it on your channel if you want to, if it looks like it's interesting. I've never once gotten the option for like an actual sponsored kind of thing. That has never come up. Apart from things that are like very extremely obviously scams that just go out to like every single YouTuber email some bot can find. So a game would need to like really, really interest me to like actually look like something I would genuinely really like to play for me to consider like playing it, getting like a free copy and covering it on my channel. And there have been a couple cases nowadays of stuff like that happening. Like, I got an email semi-recently of another Fire Emblem-like game that actually looked like something that I would probably enjoy playing. But there's so many other games that I want to play, and it's like, I'm so busy, I'm sorry. You missed the opportunity. Well, I'm backing out of this because I'm not gonna mess around with the Sword Masters. They missed their opportunity of reaching out to me a couple of years ago when I did Dark Deity 1, when I was like, hey, I'm open to trying some new things here. Schedule be damned. Nowadays, there's more specific things I want to play, so it's like, yeah, even if your game looks like something I want to play, there's other things I want to finally get around to, like Fire Emblem 6 here, or Final Fantasy 7 that I started on the channel recently. But anyway, I got an opportunity for Dark Deity, like, around the time that I was still willing to do that and be a little bit more adventurous, you could say, in that sense. So I was reached out to through email by the publisher for Dark Deity, being Sword and Axe, being like, hey, do you want to play this game? We'll give you a free copy and stuff. Like, does it look interesting? I looked into it. I was like, that game actually does look pretty sick, not gonna lie. I still believe in Valkyria Chronicles playthrough coming in 2035. It's gonna happen one of these days here. Maybe back on this one, we'll see what ends up happening. So I was like, yeah, I might be interested in, checking it out at least and deciding if it's something that I think I like from there. And the publisher was like, oh, cool, would you also like to do, like, a meet of the director, where he goes, like, through a demo with you, that apparently he was doing with a bunch of content creators? And I was like, oh, okay, sure. So, the director of the game was going to be, like, going through, like, a bit with me where I could ask questions and see some bits of the game early and stuff like that, and I was under NDA for that, so I couldn't release the video until, like, I think the game was out, or maybe it was a week before the game came out. I don't remember. I think it was when the game came out that I was allowed to release the video. And at first, like, I was a little bit nervous about doing that, because I was like, I'm really not that big a content creator. They probably looked at my sub count, and the publisher thought I was a big content creator when I'm really not. Like, me doing a playthrough of this game is probably not gonna get all that much attention on it, and I'm doing, like, some meet with a game director. So I had, like, him put on, like, this pedestal above me, like, in my head, like, that's kind of the way that I imagined it, whereas I'm just some kind of guy that kind of cheesed my way into the position there. But then actually doing the thing, I found out that he was just, like, a fellow nerd like me. It was just a project put together by a small team of 6 people, I believe it was, and he was, like, the sole programmer on the project that had taught himself programming to make a game like Fire Emblem that he wanted to play, because he didn't find any of those when he had Googled them before. Like, he was telling me that he just Googled games similar to Fire Emblem, didn't see anything that he wanted to play, so he was like, screw it, I'm making my own, when he hadn't studied that before. He was an economics major, if I recall from what he was telling me. Hey, magic and stuff went up, cool, and weapon level increased, that is what we like to see right there. And I just had, like, a good chill time chatting with him. And there's a lot of our recording that didn't make it to the final cut of us just rambling about Fire Emblem Fates Conquest Lunatic Classic, if memory serves. It was just, like, genuinely kind of a fun time there. I was like, yeah, and this game does actually look kind of fun, and I want to play it. And, like, it definitely wasn't a perfect experience. Damn, this game goes crazy. Dark Deity or Fire Emblem? I assume Fire Emblem here. How's it going, False Souls? Yeah, we're going really crazy. Rooker is just cleaning up here, so I may as well take whatever advantage I can get. Fe, gotcha there. But yeah, Dark Deity wasn't perfect. I think the biggest issue was just, like, how buggy it was, and he had told me before that, like, since it was his first time really programming something like that, he never commented his code, so he didn't really have marked what was what, so that when he went to go bug fix later, it was just a wall of code and who knows what's what. One of the developer streams of Dark Deity 2 I tuned into, like, a couple weeks ago, I asked him if he was commenting the code more, and he was like, more than before, but it could be better, and I was like, uh-oh. At least it's better, but hopefully Dark Deity 2 isn't too glitchy here. But yeah, super chill dude. I played Dark Deity 1, did a playthrough of that on the channel, but the publisher was supposed to, like, provide a copy of Dark Deity 1 to me, and, you know, I followed up about that. They kind of ghosted me. I didn't really hear from them. And Dark Deity 1 Shadow launched after they got, like, a little bit of a showcase at E3. They were like, hey, this is really cool that we actually get to show our game at E3. Let's launch it then. Plus, now you can't even do that anymore because E3 isn't even a thing anymore. So it worked out really great for them to do it then. But then it was like, oh, well, I guess the game is out now. I don't have, like, a key to the game, but I do actually kind of want to play it. So I just bought a copy on Steam, and I didn't get, like, my free key from the publisher there. I reached out to the publisher later about, like, hey, what about that key? I never really heard back from them, and I was quite confused about that. I later just turned on audio only, so only saw the battle. Fair enough there. You get to hear, like, all the cool stuff that's going on and think it's way more epic than it is. And I did later do some other stuff with Chip, the director of the game, since there was the time that I was doing things like that series like Creators Collide that I haven't done in a long time. I think the episode with him was the last episode where I was doing multiplayer games with like other content creators and asking them questions about like their channel and their content creation path, like other Twitch streamers, other YouTubers, and I figured maybe sometimes I do that with game developers too, and I asked Chip if he wanted to hop into a game with me, and he was like, sure, what game do you want to play? And we were thinking about maybe doing like Smash Bros or something like that. We eventually ended up choosing Civilization 6. I remember I started invading his cities with, like, some joke religion that I don't remember the name of. I'm gonna have to, like, go back into, like, the recording of that and see what it was about. So I literally have a video on my channel of, just playing Civ 6 with him and, like, dicking around asking him about Dark Deity and not getting to the end of a game because it takes way too long in Civ 6. But yeah, now Dark Deity 2 has been in development for a while. It's coming out here, like, relatively soon. It'll come out, like, while this playthrough is still ongoing, most likely, and have these two going on side by side. I'll probably just reach out to Chip's DMs and be like, hey, do I get a review copy? maybe I can actually get one on time this time. Because I had told him years later, I think it was shortly after the Civ 6 stuff, or before, it was around the time that we did Civ 6 stuff, I think, that I had mentioned to him, like, the stuff with his publisher, and then I realized, oh, I probably should have brought that to his attention a lot earlier, because that's stuff that he probably would have wanted to know, and he did get me a copy of the game later, so I was like, well, this is so much after the fact, I don't know what to do with this now. I gave it to Carvia, and Carvia played through the game. Since Carvia likes Fire Emblem too. So, that was what happened to my review copy of Dark Deity 1. So, you know, maybe I'll ask him if I get a review copy this time. Like, actually on time. Probably not a review copy in terms of, like, getting it early. I don't think I could see that happening. You know, at least getting, like, a key on launch. Because I was supposed to get one on launch with the first game. That I got, like, forever later. So, yeah, kind of funny situation there. Carvia sure enjoyed his copy, though, I think. I think he had a good time with the game. He beat it, like, hella fast. I remember it wasn't that long later that he DM'd me a screenshot of the credits. So, you know, it all worked out in the end. But hey, maybe I'll get my free copy of Dark Deity 2. We'll see here. That'd certainly be cool. Yeah, I think I'm just good as long as I don't go up against a Swordmaster, is honestly what I'm feeling here. I guess a Berserker has, like, a slight chance of destroying me here, too, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. So yeah, that game should be fun to play when it comes out here. Yeah, this is... I'm just gonna be doing this a little while. I didn't think I'd be able to get away with this. From memory, from when I was playing, like, Fire Emblem 7 as my first ever Fire Emblem game, and I started resorting to, like, save states arena abusing because I felt like I needed to do that in order to, like, beat the game at all. Back then, it felt like my odds in the arena in, like, most encounters were probably around, like, I'd win, like, maybe 60 to 70% of the time. Like, I'd be losing a decent smidge of the time. Please miss. Alright, I'm canceling. Imagine if you critted right there. Wait, I would double, so, like, maybe I could have stole one there. I would have to hit, like, the 80-something. I don't trust Fire Emblem 6 RNG. But yeah, back then I would have to just, like, save state abuse like crazy, and I felt like without save state abusing, I wouldn't really have any chance of, like, actually doing stuff in the arena. But here I'm finding, hey, I've actually got, like, some pretty good odds, like, at least with Rutger here, the way this is set up. So this is actually working out quite well here. So, I mean... Oh yeah, click onto the OBS here. See some inputs and stuff. Oh, I'm backing out of this. No, thank you. But if you just crit me back, that's gonna sketch me out. So, no, thank you. If it's a Swordmaster, I'm good. But yeah, and I didn't want to use, like, arenas without save stating, because I think, like, if I lose, then I lose a unit, and if I back out for safety, then I lose gold. But I'm finding that with the right character here, and I'm just winning, like, way more often than I find myself needing to back out, I'm still making, like, bank here. Like, I should be pretty good in this battle here with those hit rates. So, yeah. It is really intense gameplay. It's not what I expected this stream to immediately start out as. But I'm doing the ultimate cheese stuff. So... And to help fund my ultimate cheese stuff, I need funds and I need a shit ton of weapons. So I'm gonna keep on breaking them, like building up people's weapon levels and stuff like that. So yeah, because it feels very much like I need to use cheese in order to beat. Oh god. Oh my god. Why do you get a silver sword? What the heck? That's not fair. No! Holy crap. Yeah, that's the concern. It feels like I need to use my cheese to beat Fire Emblem 6. Like, I'm pretty good at strategy games, but I'm not, like, a super intense pro that can figure my way out of, like, which situation. Hey, magic and speed, why not? So I think if I was playing Fire Emblem 7, or Fire Emblem 6 here, sorry, normally, and I was on this map, I could use, like, all the save states I want, and I would be stuck here for a long, long time. What with, like, the wyverns and all the guys that are coming down here and, like, flooding and taking out the guys I need to, like, get over to and save. Like, that was hard even with my units cheesed up to, like, the insane strength that they're at. So, doing this map without, I don't know how the heck I would do it. And I can't, oh god, I can't look up speedruns to find out the answer, because speedruns of this game, I found out, are done, like, completely through RNG manipulation to, like, get the consistent same results each time. And I know I was talking about this a little bit during the last stream, the last real stream, and how, like, I should end up looking up an Iron Man at some point. Look up successful Iron Man runs that people have done of this game and just see, like, how this is done. I mean, maybe if you're Iron Manning, then maybe you take, like, the time to cheese to the degree that I did. But I am curious how this map is just played under normal gameplay circumstances, you know? Is what I am definitely curious about. Because the way that I played it was definitely not what I would classify as normal gameplay circumstances. You know? I can't wait to find ways to cheese Dark D82. I found a lot of ways to cheese Dark D81. I am not at all ashamed to admit. I'm proud to admit, I'll say. I can't wait to find ways to cheese that game. Before the game came out, Chip did an announcement on the Twitter for Dark D82 and in the Dark D80 Discord server that those that get, like, the lowest turn counts in the demo will get, like, a free copy of the game, which is, like, a fun way to get people to try and, like, low turn your demo and stuff. If I knew that the demo transferred over to, like, the full game, I would probably, like, try it and submit my turn count and just have it be, like, 999 turns or something like that. Something that I would totally do. That would be a very me thing to do. If there's ever anything done for, like, turn counts, like, for the full game after it comes out, I'm totally gonna submit, like, a several hundred turn run of Dark D82. Just make the director go, like, what the hell? Why is that Harmonia guy just, like, so wacky? Is what I would totally do. Oh, also, in terms of me being, like, a smaller content creator where me playing a game doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be taking more, like, traffic to it, one influence that did have is one of the regulars around here, Mortisvolt, ended up going on to become a playtester for Dark D82. So it is kind of interesting how things work out in that sense. So I guess it was probably a very good thing that that they reached out to me by email, that publisher, a while back. Can I find that other email from recently here? Of that other thingamabob, where it's like, yeah, I totally would play it if they had just, like, done it at a time that I was willing to do that more. Would I put it in my, hold on, let's see here. I'm in the right email here. And did I not make, like, where do you find, like, folders in Gmail? Because I thought that there was, like, a folder that I made specifically for when people are reaching out to me about, like, games and, like, totally not scam sponsorships and stuff. But I don't know where it is. So oh, here it is. Did I put it in there? Was it this? I don't know if it was this one. October 2024. No, there was a more recent one. There's definitely a more recent one that I probably just didn't put into the right folder. Maybe I don't have here what I'm thinking of. Here, let's go ahead and heal again. Like this. When did this happen? There's a whole bunch of stuff of, like, you know, logging into things from a new device, what with the whole situation with my computer here recently. Was it this? Oh no, this was a different one. What this was. I get emails about, like, all sorts of games sometimes. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that I end up getting here. And, like, this is very much like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Look, as the title there says, I've never played a Viva Pinata game. So, all the time I get, like, emails being like, hey, do you want a key for, like, a thing here? I'm like, well, I usually don't respond if I don't have any time. Because I feel like the emails are probably just, like, automated. Where was the SRPG Fire Emblem-like one, though? I swear there was another one of those recently. That gave me, like, some, that gave me some, like, Game Boy Advanced Fire Emblem / Dark Deity kind of vibes. Saw a game on Steam earlier today. Oh, interesting. Well, I can get a free copy of it if I want. I don't see where this thingamabob is. I did open the email. I'm just, like, scanning across, like, the emails that I opened, is the case. It is possible I just saw a preview. I didn't actually open it. I'm getting myself all lost here. Alright, well, it's in there somewhere. Believe me. Yeah, I get emails from that from time about, like, stuff like that from time to time. And the only one that I've ever accepted was Dark Deity. Too many other things I want to play all the time. Fire Emblem Farming Sim 1. Heck yeah. This is basically what this is, in a manner of speaking. In a manner of speaking, this is Fire Emblem Farming Sim right now. While I'm doing this, I could totally boot up, like, a farming sim game. Do I own any farming sim games? I own Stardew Valley. Would there be, like, my old data on that? Like, I never really played that much of the game, but I did technically start a multiplayer playthrough with one of my streamer friends, Ketzenjester, many, many years ago, and 2 of his streamer friends. I think it was one of his streamer friends and one of his mods to be like a 4-player playthrough. Turn-based farming in Nintendo Direct, yeah, or do that. But I mean, like, would it have my data because of the fact that I was joining someone else's game? Like, would that be a file that I would have? That's one of the few playthroughs that you can't find on, like, my playthrough shelf. You can still search for it on my YouTube channel, but you can't find it on the playthrough shelf. That was close. Because I don't really want to, like, put that one out there as much. Because I thought, like, hey, I'm friends with this one streamer here, and, like, the other 2 that are here, I'll get to know them as it goes on. But that didn't really happen. They didn't really seem all that interested in, like, getting to know me and bounce ideas off of me, and I just kind of felt, like, very awkward and like a 4th wheel kind of thing, and then it just, like, never continued past, like, a couple streams, so, you know, it never even got finished because of that. I was like, oh, well, I guess that's not happening. So I do technically have that game. I don't know if I'd have that unfinished cursed file from years ago or not. I would assume probably not. It was technically my farms in the Minecraft series on the channel. I actually re-downloaded Minecraft earlier today. I got around to that. Yeah, I'm gonna get to, like, 20k. And then I'll stop my crippling gambling addiction. That's what I'll do. Because I am technically gambling in game right now. But yeah, actually playing Minecraft right now. Nice. I've been exporting a bunch of Minecraft stuff from Twitch to YouTube lately, since that's stuff that has been, like, a lot of Twitch exclusive stuff, like the live streams of the things that got turned into episodes, and just, like, some things between episodes, stuff like that. There's been a bunch of stuff that hasn't been on YouTube before that is now going to YouTube, so my Minecraft playlist on YouTube has been getting a lot more videos lately. Years later. It's been getting new videos of stuff that happened, like, 2 years ago. Is what's suddenly been the case. Beyond whoever hosted the games thing, I bet. Yeah, that's what I would imagine is most likely here. And some friends open up a mod Minecraft server. Oh, is it like a mod pack that I'd know? By any chance? I guess I probably wouldn't know much of the modern ones. But right now, exploring some weird-ass pyramid infested with zombies. That's giving me perma-mining fatigue 3. So most likely not a mod pack that I would know. Life in the Village 3. Yeah, I can't say I've heard of it, but I don't really know all that many modern, like, Minecraft mod packs anyway. Wouldn't be all that familiar with them. I'd be familiar with things like Tech It and Feed the Beast, I believe it's called. Or things like All the Mods. Stuff like that. Stuff like what I'd be familiar with. I would love to finish off, like, finish off, in a manner of speaking, my Minecraft stuff on the channel, in the sense that, like, I finish off the storyline that I was doing. And then maybe one day do, like, some modded stuff on the channel. And as fun as it has been to do, like, videos that are, like, highly edited, and I can be, like, really proud of the quality being, like, very highly edited down stuff and having, like, time lapses and commentary and stuff like that, it actually feels, like, a lot higher quality than just streams cut up into parts and put onto YouTube. While I do like doing that, I am not ever going to, like, get anywhere with doing that out of, like, Minecraft stuff anyway, because, like, people that really go ham on Minecraft content go so insanely ham, so people always have, like, better content to find than mine anyway. So I do wonder if I finished off, like, the higher quality, like, highly edited kind of Minecraft stuff at some point here. If I did do something modded later, if I just do, like, a server, I just stream on it from time to time, and then cut up the streams into parts, and then it's something, like, really casual like that. Just casual, just fun. Not anything super serious. Harmonia Journeys Hermitcraft 1. I would say sure, heck yeah, but don't expect, like, the best quality of content. Because I have so many other things I want to play. Alright. Let's go buy a whole bunch of shit now that my sugar daddy Rutger has gotten a whole bunch of gold. How about? This is what we do here. Do you have anything in your inventory? Now you don't right now. Alright, let's see here. Give me some stuff. Give me like 5 more of these. Yeah, I think I got 5 there. And that should be my inventory just filled. Give me like 5 more of these. 2, 3... 4, 5. I gotta keep in mind I only have like so much convoy space. Give me some more fires now too. Screw it. I don't think I need these. Okay, so that's 5 uses on a chest key, and that could save me taking the Chad sometimes. I don't know if I have a door key or not here. You know what? Screw it. Give me a chest key. Heck yeah. Give me a mend. Yeah. I can probably swipe some door keys off of someone. I don't want to fill my inventory with too much useless crap. But yeah, it could be handy just bringing a chest key if I really want to bring other units that aren't Chad. Give me 1 door key. Give me 2 door keys, they're cheap. But yeah, anyways, that presents, huh? I am really curious about if Pokemon Champions is gonna, like, try to fill the niche of Pokemon Showdown, or what it's gonna try and do. What exactly the plan is here. I'm fighting again anyway. I'm not stopping. Sure, that has been talked about to death already. This is the first stream that I've done since the Direct. Like, I did a stream of the Direct itself, but, or the Presents, whatever the heck. But I normally, after presentations like that, would switch to streaming something else, like keep the stream going. But I was really sick for, like, several days, so I didn't continue stream, so this is, like, technically the very first time that I've streamed since the end of the Presents. Because I just ended stream immediately after that and I got some rest. And clearly I'm feeling a lot better today. Like, I was feeling really kind of down in the dumps for a few days, and my cold was starting to go away when the Presents happened, but I still wasn't feeling 100%, and I was feeling a bit lightheaded. So yeah, this is the first stream since it. So it actually has not been talked to death about yet, actually, as a matter of fact. It but yeah, Legends ZA visually looks a whole lot better than Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus did. I'm worried about, like, the gameplay loop just going around, like, the one city and that's it. What are we at for, like, this right now anyway? 49 of 100? Okay. Let's see here. I need a bunch more swords. But yeah. Whole lot. Like, in terms of it looking better here. I still don't think that's perfect. I still don't even think that it's, like, acceptable for the world's largest grossing media IP. When, like, you've got, like, the same window just repeated over and over and over and over again across the entire wall. Like, not even any blinds or anything like that across any windows. The fact that Game Freak still doesn't understand how the hell shadows work. There's definitely still room for improvement. But just being one city, I'm worried about it getting, like, really boring. And, like, the graphics can still be improved, but at least it's not, like, jarringly, like, holy crap, this looks terrible. It's just like, that doesn't look the best. Like, it's a big improvement in that regard. Sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me like 6 of them. And then I have some of these. And I don't really need to stock up on these too much because I'm just stealing the ones that I'm getting on like my new units that I'm not using anyway. So do I really need to like buy anymore? Quite frankly, I could buy some hand axes. Sure, give me a few hand axes and then I have a few here. I might not even have anyone that can use an axe well for super long here. I know that I have Marcus and stuff. Give me 1, 2, 3... Yeah, and was there a place that I could buy, like, javelins and stuff here? Not javelins, just, lances? Those are the only shops? Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, no, there's a thing right here. Also, does anyone else need to stock up really quickly? So you've got your things. That was your worry, and the size of the areas with Wild Pokemon, too. Just, like, the little narrow alleys, throughways kind of stuff with, just Pokemon being there. You're probably pretty good. I'll give you another heal, I guess. Here, I want to take a... Give me one of those. Oh, I can get the longbow, I guess, in case of a situation where it turns out I really need it. I'm not using Wolt's too much here. Just some pot shots from time to time. Yeah, you've got some basic stuff. I could give you a hand axe, I guess. Is what I could do. Sure, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and take one of those hand axes, just in case it's a situation where I feel like I need it. Yeah, I think those are my first hand axes. Well, apart from, like, the axe guys that I haven't taken it off of, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty good here. You're pretty good with, like, some basic iron weapons. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. You could use a thingamabob here, so let's go ahead and yoink. There we go. Yeah, and between chapters here, I'll do, like, some major inventory sorting out. Really wish it was just Legends Arceus again, because I love to be in the whole ultimate weapon thing and get to see Kalos really, yeah, like, actually explore the region with, like, very different environments, as opposed to, like, you're in this one city and you're doing missions to, like, make the city nicer. We're gonna make Lumiose great again. You can get, like, another iron sword here shortly. You'll get another heal and stuff. Here, get... May as well in the meantime here, right? Because I'm probably pretty good. Just get that crit. There's a chance I might back out. We'll see. But yeah, I'm a government worker. That or just AZ's getting you to do stuff out of the goodness of your heart. Or Jet or whatever her name was is like contracting you or something. It's like 3,000 years ago, man. And it'd be sick. If only. Time to die. Alright. When I cut this up into parts later, which is gonna have to be like on my PC as opposed to like the Twitch highlighter tool. Which also, it might be a little while before any of this goes up on YouTube because I have to, I still have Pokemon Conquest stuff to render, and I still have Live Alive stuff to render. But when I eventually cut it up, whether it's through deleting enough stuff on Twitch that I can use the Twitch highlighter again, or on my PC, what should I end up calling this part? Like, Sugar Daddy Rutger supplies my entire army? Here, everyone get some stuff that they want. Let's see here. But yeah, I can't just do an isekai. That's what Legends Arceus was. Just isekai us in there. All right, easy win, easiest win ever. Nice miss. My print is coming along there. Once that's through, I might print some more pots or something. I don't know. I'm not always, like, printing while I'm streaming. I can just start, like, the next print when I'm done streaming here. It's something to, like, fill up the layout there if we want it. Like, this layout is very much, like, well-suited to having a couple of cameras on it. This would be good for, like, LAN events or something. Am I still gonna have this playthrough be, like, ongoing by the time that, Mega LAN rolls around? Probably not. Doesn't even have to be the past. Honestly, just want to see the region. Yeah. That'd be cool. Imagine a return of berry farming. We're never gonna see it again, are we? Here, do that. Give me that. Yeah, just some basic stuff for you to use, I guess. Sure, the cooler things I'll give to, like, my more important units. Here, go keep on doing some stuff. You're probably gonna be fine, Rutger. Probably. Miss. Nice. Man, I miss the Pokemon Pelago. Pokemon Pelago was kind of fun. Miss. That was not a miss. Many, many, many stabs. Sweet. Here's your prize, a whole bunch of gold. What is Saul's level at right now, anyway? Maybe I should just go until I max him out, because, like, holy crap. Also, at this point, with everything I've been doing. Just before something really dumb happens. Here, then I go here, and then I go ahead and buy, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably not gonna need any steel things, because unless I need to use them, I won't. I'll keep on using the iron ones. And I can just borrow the steel things from, like, the other guys there. Give me, like, a couple of javelins so I have some. I'll take those. Sure. And I got 3 hand axes, so I'll get 3 javelins, I think. Yeah! I'm gonna get super stocked up here. Alright, well, I mean, let's see here. When I played X and Y, I'm probably gonna win this. Spent so much time in Lumiose that I don't want to go back again. You've seen enough of it. Gen 7 had the best side content. Second place is Gen 5 with the Pokemon World Tournament. The Pokemon World Tournament was pretty sick. But I think that the best side content in this series has got to be Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Pokeathlon. Like, nothing comes close to me. For me, when it comes to, like, Pokeathlon. That's where it's at. In my humble opinion. I played the shit out of the Pokeathlon back when. I certainly played a whole lot of that. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna max out Saul here, too. Even though it's gonna be a while before I can promote him, most likely. Gosh dang it! Well. Yeah, we're not gonna break that heal staff. That's definitely a solid third. It is some real good side content. And I'll do a bit of an inventory of, like, all the things and see how stocked up I am. So now, with the idea that, like, everyone has in their inventory all the things that they need, except for maybe giving, like, Rooker one more Iron Sword, what do I want, like, my reserves to be at? Because this is probably going to last me a long, long time now. This is probably going to be the case. You didn't hit me, so I can't heal with Saul. What are we at on our crap? Get that in there. So 72, yeah, I don't want to fill it up too much. So, whoops, it's not the bumpers here. Do I keep on clicking off the game? I'll be interested in what happened to Lysander Cafe, but with it being 25 years later, don't have hope. Yeah. Maybe it'd be cool, though. Maybe it's still around in some way, some form. There's 4 iron swords. Yeah, and I can start giving some of these around. I wouldn't mind having, like, 5 backups of each. Oh, I have way too many lances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh god, I got 5 before and I got 5 more. I'm just stocked up for quite a while now, aren't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm fine. I'm fine on that front. Bows. I have quite a few iron bows, and I only have, like, the 1 main archer anyway. Like, that's gotta be fine. I have a whole bunch of heal stabs, so I'm probably good there. Magic. Here's 5 things of fire. Here's 5 things of thunder, too. We don't have, like, light or dark magic yet. There's some stat boosting things here. Yeah, I have a couple door keys, lockpick, vulneraries. Yeah, and the chest key and stuff. So maybe I'll get, like, 1 or 2 more swords. Then I'm calling it quits. And I can give, like, Rooker a sword or 2. And then I'm, like, really, really stocked up. And I'm way overstocked up on lances. This is what's going on here. Also, that battle style will be interesting in a good or bad way, the real-time thing. Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued here. Will it be unique enough to warrant playing over something like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or 3, I wonder. Like, I guess the uniqueness that has going for it is, like, it being Pokemon, the fact that you can customize your party and be doing this with them, and the fact that unlike Xenoblade 2 or 3, you can actually, like, move out of the way, dodge attacks. That's something that I'm kind of wondering about how it's going to work, is, like, the whole dodging attacks thing, where it's like, how consistent is it? Because if you can dodge consistently, won't it make, like, every single battle ever piss easy? So will you just be able to, like, dodge sometimes, or how's it gonna work exactly? There. And just because I don't have one of these, give me one of those. There. Okay, I'm almost done here. Uh-oh. Let me just max out Saul. I don't want to face Swordmasters. No thank you. I don't want to get out RNG'd. I don't want to play around with the RNG of this game. Please and thank you. Maybe it'll be like Arceus when you battle Dialga or Palkia and Arceus. As I like to say it, I know the proper pronunciation is Arceus. Maybe, but if it was like that, it would be way too easy to do it damageless. And then, like, every single battle is just, like, super easy. Because I assume that, like, your opponents will be able to, like, act in real time as well, where they have, like, their moves that recharge and then they can act. And if you could just, like, dodge every time, then it's like, where does the challenge come from? Or, like, how hard is it to dodge? Because it seems like your Pokemon needs to dodge to, avoid taking damage, and your Pokemon just kind of follows you a little bit, so it's like you don't really dodge, but like you're guiding Pikmin essentially to dodge is like the closest comparison I can think of, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I am. Uh-oh! Wow. Can't even get turn-based to work cleanly when in the overworld, so real time? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening here. Get a bunch of EXP on Saul this way. I think the turns max out at, yeah, 999. I wonder how many maps I'm gonna have at 999 by the end of this playthrough. Look, all my cheesing here is just gonna, like, set me up so well for the whole rest of this game. That while maybe slow going now, I'm gonna, like, zoom through the rest of the video game. Okay, just keep on taking damage on Rooker here. Oh, we've got this one in the bag. Makes me so glad when they're warriors and not berserkers. Yeah, it's coming out here very soon. That's going to be a bit of a weird playthrough around here in terms of how I handle it, because I already have a 136-part series. Technically 141 if you want to count, like, my stuff from 2018 series on the game. I don't really want to play through, like, that metric ton of a playthrough twice. But I do want to showcase, like, the new stuff, the differences. And there is just, like, new story content. There's a new epilogue. So I'm thinking, like, yeah, he's probably wondering over there. I don't even remember what the bad guy's name is anymore. He's just the guy that's guarding this place. I think that we're trying to rush into the castle to save Lilina. She's probably wondering what's taking so long at this point. But, I think I want to showcase at least all the story missions and the new content. And, like, any side quests that I haven't played yet. So, in my folder for Xenoblade Chronicles X here, like, let's see here. I think it was in my X original playthrough. I took some screenshots. Or did I put it in my X Definitive folder here? Yeah, I did. So, I took all these screenshots that showed, like, the map and what quests I had completed. So, like, all these golden bits are, like, I've completed the quest that corresponds to that tile. So, I figure anything that's golden on here is fair game for me to do on my own time. But, like, something like defeating this monster that's here, or viewing this affinity thing that's here, stuff like that, I would not do that off camera, because I haven't done it yet. So, I want it to kind of build off of my existing X playthrough. Of course, if I'm in the middle of streaming X Definitive Edition, and I've already done this in the original, and I feel like doing an X Definitive on the stream, I'll just do it. But I'm just going to consider anything that's already done as fair game to potentially do off camera, because I did a shit ton of stuff here. Plus, it might also just be fun having, like, a game to be able to play on my own time again. Because whenever I'm playing games on my own time for the channel, like, it's just, well, for the channel, like I said, it's grinding, essentially. So having, like, a game that I actually genuinely really like, that I can play on my own time a little bit, could be kind of fun. So I'm just going to refer to these images, and if I'm looking at, like, the quests playing on my own time, and I see, like, hey, that one's marked as yellow, I've already done it. I'm gonna consider it fair game to do in my own time, is what I'm gonna do as my thought process. So definitely showcase, you know, all the story missions at least, the new story content, and, you know, try to showcase different missions than I did when I played the game before. So it kind of is a little bit different than my X original playthrough. So that someone can go from my X original playthrough to, like, the X Definitive playthrough and still see, like, the progression is the hope. Instead of just getting, like, 2 carbon copy playthroughs of essentially the same game. Except one is less content, you know? That's my thought process there. So I'm trying to do, like, the big brain plays for how I'm handling that game. But yeah, X is a really fun game. For those that haven't experienced it before, the original Xenoblade Chronicles X ended on a cliffhanger for, like, the main storyline. But they did say for X Definitive Edition, there's, like, a new epilogue. So, it was really, really dissatisfying for players of the original X like me that, you know, have just dealt with this cliffhanger for the past almost 10 years now. Just wondering what the heck is even going on, because there's so many mysteries. The plot basically ends on the cliffhanger that we don't know what's going on, it's all a mystery. So if the epilogue actually explains it and actually finishes the story after a decade, that would be really, really nice. And the new area that they showed off looks really cool. So I'm really quite looking forward to that. I almost went to wait out of, like, force of habit. But yeah, another game to compare Pokemon that is also on the Switch is Shin Megami Tensei 5, because it is amazing how different they look graphically. Yeah, I saw a smidge of that in the Discord server, and yeah, it very much is, like, night and day. I mean, Pokemon compared to so many games on the Switch. Maybe something I'll get around to playing one day. Maybe one day I'll actually do, like, the Joker boss fight in Persona 3. Recently finished up Persona 3 and said, like, hey, maybe I'll do Joker one day if I take the time to, like, fully prepare for it. Man, Rooker keeps on not taking damage here. I think Saul just needs 2 more heals and then he's good. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half already. I was thinking, like, my great grind on this map was done. And then, you know, here I am continuing with a great grind, you could say. I mean, Saul is so close, and I'm gonna be healing with him at some point anyway, so it's probably a bit of a waste to just, you know, be trying to heal here anyway. So screw it. This battle's my last. I'm not addicted. I can quit anytime. Watch me. There's SMT Devil Survivor, which is a strategy game for you to play in 2040. Okay, so I can keep an eye out for a strategy game as well. Look, if he just needs 2 more heals, and I'm gonna be healing with him at some point anyway, just, why not? I don't need to max him out right now. What the heck is the rush? The grind never ends. Yeah, watch. I'm gonna exhaust all of this guy's... Tobias is his name. I'm gonna exhaust all of his spear throws to get, like, a total of 15 EXP from him hitting me, like, 15 times and me not counterattacking. Or maybe I'll poke him a whole bunch of times to get, like, little bits of weapon experience as I barely damage him. Let's see here. This is gonna be kind of annoying moving everybody over. But, hey, we'll see if some reinforcements appear down there. Okay, I did get my, my tomes back, just making sure here. Alright, let me just move everybody over. Yeah, I'm not doing that support. You're not going to tempt me here, game. So I don't think Tobias is moving. And I'm pretty sure if memory serves, reinforcements are going to appear from the bottom of the map when I go through this door. Yeah, Marcus and Roy are not supporting. That's going to be a waste of a Roy support. So let's not do that, actually. This guy's polite for waiting so long. Yeah, he was just chilling there. I slaughtered his entire army, save for one archer who I let shoot me 45 times while missing a lot more than that. And then I dicked around in the arena here, and then I went shopping. We went on a great shopping spree. Merlinus had, like, his big shopping bags under his arms. It was just a great chill time, and he's just been waiting here for who knows how long. It'll be interesting to see, like, how much my save file hours go up the moment I save. Yeah, let's see here. Let's start schmoving through here. Because I think reinforcements are going to appear from the bottom. Let's not go into that range. I think I'm going to finish him off with Lou. This is what I think I'm going to do here. Personally, I recommend Strange Journey Redux as the first SMT game you would play. I don't think I've heard of that before. I guess it's not one of the numbered ones? Is it like a spin-off one or something then, if it's not one with a number? Trek, Allen, and Lance can, like, chill out here in case they need to, like, deal with reinforcements. Especially because they're working up, like, multiple weapons. Okay, so it is a spin-off. Hey, look, my print just finished there. Some little seed starter pots. Cool. So, I'm probably going to be streaming here for a little while. I'm probably not going to be using, like, the 3D printer much more this stream. Like, I could just leave it going there, but, you know, print more pots for, like, this gardening event I have coming up. Unless anyone wants to see me try to print something Fire Emblem related. I don't know if I have any of those models saved. Oh, they appear up there! Track down some Fire Emblem 3D models and then just, like, 3D print, like, something Fire Emblem-like. I think I 3D printed a little keychain falchion for Carvia once a while back. I think that's probably in my printer files. Have you played the SMT/FE crossover game? No, because I think I would die of cringe if I did. Like, it's... Okay, let's just go ahead and save here really quickly. Okay, so they appeared at the top. I thought that was something that I'd play when I first heard it announced, because I hadn't really heard of SMT much before that point, and then when they announced that there was going to be, like, an SMT and Fire Emblem crossover game coming to the Wii U, I thought, like, hey, I really like Fire Emblem, I'm probably going to pick up that game. But then when I saw it didn't really have any of the elements that I actually liked of Fire Emblem, it just had, like, characters that were supposedly Fire Emblem characters, but looked so differently that, like, unless you told me explicitly that they were Fire Emblem characters, I wouldn't know. And it was a game all based around, like, J-pop, I guess. I was just like, yeah, I'm not playing this game. And I never bought it. And I never played it. And I've talked about playing it on the channel before as, like, a joke and playing it. But, like, I'm very, very, very much not into, like, the J-pop kind of aesthetic there. And I genuinely feel like I would die of cringe. But yeah, it's like a first-person dungeon crawler, like the originals and Devil Summoner. Okay, interesting. Then they announced it, and then Atlus's parent company went bankrupt, and it eventually released. Is that what happened? They announced it, like, way before they revealed what it actually was, and then when they revealed what it actually was, a lot of people, including myself, just kind of lost interest. I don't know. I kind of want to give the weapon experience to those that are going to like it a little bit more, like Alan here. Is what I certainly wouldn't mind. So here, let's just wall here really quickly. I mean... Oh, Alan can get to this tile. I should probably take out at least one of the mages here before they cause me some problems. I don't know. Sure. But yeah, when you look into it, it makes you wonder what part of it is FE. Yeah, I've heard that, like, a lot of it isn't, like, super SMT either. Though I wouldn't know, I've never played an SMT game, unless you count Persona, but, like, I don't know here. Zealot, you're holding that. Yeah, that works fine. I don't know here, man. Distribute some aggro in some way. What is your weapon level at now, anyway? Oh my god, it's maxed out. Here, you just go here and look pretty, how about? This is what you do. But yeah. Yeah, it is technically SMT. It's technically an SMT spin-off. So I have played that. I don't know, what do the battles of, like, the Shin Megami Tensei #FE look like anyway? It's been a long time since I've looked into them. But yeah, now that I've played, like, a bunch of the Persona games and, like, a bunch of Fire Emblem games on this channel, it's something I've considered playing. But again, like, it really does not vibe with me. It feels like how to take, like, two different IPs, make a crossover between them, and just make a game that appeals to neither fan base by making it something, like, so completely different compared to the others. Was the impression I kind of got from the game. And I just never really had much interest in it. But yeah, prefer SMT to Persona 3 to 5. Persona 1 and 2 are fine. The ones that nobody talks about. Persona 1 and 2. Apart from when they want to talk about, like, sunglasses Hitler from Persona 2, or whatever the heck. I could totally abuse these guys for EXP as they continue to miss. I won't do it, I've been on this chapter long enough. But man, would it be funny. It would be extremely funny, let's face it. Alright, let's give some weapon experience to those that want it a little bit more. Wait, Persona 5 isn't the first Persona game? What? I don't know. I'm not really going to be using you, I don't think, here. Marcus doesn't really have much to gain, so just, like... What do you want to work on more, anyway? Still swords. So if I can do it with a sword, then I may as well. Yeah, I can do it with a sword. Let's work on sword experience. Because SMT3 Nocturne is iconic but rough, SMT4 is awful difficulty spike at the beginning. SMT4A requires you to play 4 first, and SMT5 is the best battles and gameplay overall, I'd say. Than the rest, but the story is just poor. Unfortunate there. Sure, Lance. Go and, sure, get that guy. Yeah, so does it just rely on kind of understanding what happened in the other title there? Assuming that that's like an enhanced later release, like Persona 4 Golden or Persona 5 Royal, one of those kinds of situations. Assuming that's what it is. Don't need to play, but you'd probably be very confused. Oh. Nice miss. Get fired. It feels so weird playing this in like full screen. It's technically not full screen, it's full screen windowed or whatever the heck. But it feels so weird. It feels like I'm playing a console game all of a sudden. Trek is like the unit that I won't be using a whole lot, but like sometimes. I don't know. Let's give it to like my other guys again on the next round. Yeah, and I'm in range of him to attack me. You beat Bird's Wyvern Riders like 8 days ago, real lifetime, and who knows how many amounts of hours in game time. Ugh, I'll not let you pass. Nice miss. But yeah, SMT4A is an alternate future. Just jumped into Apocalypse and got the just pretty quick, I assume here. SMT4A and SMT4 different games. It's not a re-release. Oh, interesting. So it's like a Fire Emblem 3 Hopes versus 3 Houses kind of thing. In that case, is what you're telling me. Can I just, like... I can eat a hit on, enemy phase. Is what I can do, potentially. And then just kill him on, like, the next player phase. Maybe I'll go after this archer. That's actually what I think I'm gonna do. That sounds good to me. Or FE Birthright versus Revelation. Okay. I gotcha. Okay, and they're, like, sold as separate games here. Here, sword this guy, how about? Yes. It'll probably be fine if the other guy goes to spear Alan after. I'm sure he's gonna go after Lou, probably. Ow. Much ouch. There's no way the spear would do 20 damage to Alan. Like, how much does it do to Lance here, for example, with your, 1 more defense? And not being close enough to Marcus for any buffs. We do, like, 14. And you're in range of Roy, so you're gonna be getting some buffs there, too. Here, let's go ahead and say... do this, I don't know. But yeah, 4A released, like, 3 years later, huh? Interesting. Let's get that guy out of here. Just in case I'm gonna do this. We'll get the final level up on the next chapter, how about? That's what I think we'll do. And then I think we got some more promotion items next chapter. And I can start promoting, like, a whole whack of people. Probably use, like, every single promotion item, except for, like, Orion's Bolt and Elysian Whip, I guess. I'm sure this is fine. Just in case it's not fine, just, like, do that. In which case I'll use Claire, and I don't want to throw this whole map away. Yeah, look, it's fine, even if it lands. Oh my god, the crit. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna give this to Lou. But hey, look, that's weapon experience for Alan. Hell yeah! They got a weapon level up. Heck yeah. Here, do this. General Legends, please be cautious. It has occurred to me that, like, some other stuff that I might want to print before the gardening event that I go to, just to, like, show cool things that I can print even if they're not things I'm selling. Is something that I could print during this, and then there's something kind of fun on going back there. Like, I could start printing a Pokeball. I haven't had one of those for a little while, because I keep on giving them away. These people are powerful. Well, I'm not clicked on OBS, so you don't see my buttons, if anyone cares. Choose 4A, because you heard there was a really neat DLC for it, featuring the protagonist of past games. Whoa, his defense went up. A mage unit's defense went up. Alright, freaking every single map is a Seas map in this game, I swear. The city is finally under control. Now, let us retake Castle Ostia and rescue Lilina. Lord Roy, I understand your apprehension, but please be patient. We still need to break down the castle gate. Also, apprehension, doesn't that word usually mean, like, kind of cautious or wariness? Or am I actually losing my mind? Lelina. Speaking of Lady Lelina, what do you think of what Lord Hector said? You mean about the dragons? They were real, not just myth. Lord Hector was one of the greatest tacticians in Lycia, and yet his army was defeated in the blink of an eye. Byrne's army is perhaps the strongest in Alib. I say, those Wyvern riders were indeed very formidable opponents. Of course the Wyvern riders must have been difficult enough, but the dragons, I can't even conceive how powerful they must be. Lord Hector mentioned a weapon that is effective against dragons. I wonder where it's hidden. I presume it must be one of the legendary weapons. If we can obtain those, we might have a fighting chance against the dragons. But I do wonder what a legendary weapon is doing in Ostia. Perhaps Lady Lelina knows the answer. I'm curious as well. Oh! Lord Roy, our men have finished knocking down the gate. We can enter now. Alright, forward charge. Rescue Lelina, no matter the cost. Yep, this is a two-parter one in terms of the story, so this was just entering the castle, and now the next one is actually doing things in the castle. So the question is now, what is it going to do to my playtime? From 32.5 hours to what?